Alright, you friends, so I'm now here with Mr. Adrian Lim. As you all know, he is the IT Director of Novo7Tech. Novo7Tech is the official and exclusive distributor of THL handsets in the Philippines. And I'm here at the Novo7Tech store in Lucky Chinatown Mall because he invited me because meron daw siya ipapakita sa ating new products of Novo7Tech and new smartphones to, and these are not THL smartphones. These are the Zopo smartphones, and they are very special. But can you tell us, sir, kung ano ba tong Zopo? Because medyo bago siguro ito sa paninig ng mga tao.
Yes, of course, Mark. Okay, so once again, thank you very much for having me. So Zopo actually is also another popular Chinese brand, and it's becoming even more popular in other European countries such as Russia. In fact, in the mainlands and even in European markets, Zopo and THL are kind of neck to neck in terms of battles with the octa-core race. But before, actually Zopo is the first China phone brand that was able to release the first true octa-core chipset in China. Actually, Zopo has some first dibs in getting the first 6592 chipset. And if you're going to look at some history, Zopo came out with some interesting SKUs or models, and mainly the Zopo ZP998, which I have here, the actual unit.
All right.
This is not a prototype, this is the final product. Actually, I'm testing it right now, and it is the only one here in the Philippines by far.
Wow, so thank you, sir, for again trusting us with the unveiling of your new product.
Yes, of course, another Tech Pinas special unboxing.
Alright, sir, thank you.
So, like this one says, it's more than just an 8-core. So, here it goes with the unboxing.
So, sir, ito yung sinasabi yung the first handset in China to have that chipset.
Yes, it actually.
Alright.
Yeah, Zopo is the
So, it's a landmark product pala, sir.
So, first, let's go to. So, sorry, my hands are a bit smudgy.
Okay, so parang unboxing na rin to, sir.
Yeah, it's somewhat like an unboxing. So first of all, that you can notice, it's the 5.5-inch screen.
Okay.
Of course, it's going to be full HD and protected by Gorilla Glass 2. So later, I'm going to turn it on so that you can see the clarity.
Alright.
So at the back, you see there's some textured feel. So somewhat like a Note 3 feel or a X5 feel.
Faux leather texture.
Somewhat full leather, but not leather. Okay. And we have here the camera lens and the LED flash. Of course, the Zopo brand here. And I really love the build quality. It feels really solid and secure. And one thing I love in addition that is quite missing in other smartphones that I've encountered before is the dedicated camera key. So right here on the upper right corner, we have a dedicated camera key right above the power button. So aside from that,
medyo rare nga yan,
yeah,
sir.
so this is a rare commodity nowadays. And we have, of course, the mic and the micro USB cable, port, and then the volume rocker buttons on the left side. And it's very neatly done, and on top is a 3.5mm stereo jack. And we have here the sensors of the front cameras and the proximity and of course the gesture control.
Alright.
So we're gonna open this up. Yes, it is user replaceable.
For us, dun sa mga gusto nilang meron silang ganong capability with their phones to replace the battery.
So at the back, you see the construction is quite neatly done. So we have here the standard micro SD card slot. So right now I have my 64GB plug-in, ultra high speed, and of course dual SIM card slots, both dual 3G, and one is micro, one is a standard.
Okay.
So let's go
we're doing an unboxing now.
Yes.
So meron siyang tracer na medyo velvety yung finish.
Yep. So aren't you guys excited? It gives me this strange surge of energy every time I do an unboxing.
So you have the user manual.
Yeah, the manual, of course, it's standard. So, but nobody reads it anyway. And we have the free screen protector.
It's nice.
Okay. Although later you'll find out how come you don't need it. Of course, the standard earphones.
Of course, sir, he'll do another scratch test.
Of course, always. And of course, the travel charger. So the standard travel charger that is rated at 1 ampere. And of course, the battery. So let's open this up.
What's the battery size, sir?
Actually, the battery's capacity is 2,400 milliampere per hour. So quite decent compared to other local brands, but not as great as the, the T100S. But When I tried and tested this so far, it gave me pretty decent battery life with 3G on and heavy usage of 3G. Actually, I was able to squeeze out approximately 8 hours straight 3G and continuous downloads, WeChat, Facebook, and a lot of other Instagram apps, and of course games. Well, I'm quite addicted to Clash of Clans, so sorry about that. So we're gonna plug this in and snap it back. So here we go.
Now, obviously, the display is one of the main selling points ito, sir. No? It's a 5.5-inch Full HD display.
Yes, because right
So
now...
what's the... so it's IPS display.
Yeah, IPS 5.5 Full HD. Because right now the battle is towards the bigger screen sizes. But what's amazing about this, even if it's 5.5 inch, I don't find it too big for my hand. So compared to, because I'm so used to handling 5-inch smartphones,
just like the THL T100S.
and of course the T200 is 6 inches. This one I find just right because the 6-inch for me is bigger.
It's in between the THL
it's in between the two.
Cyborg and the Monkey King 2.
Yes, exactly. 5 is 5.5 and then that's a 6. And this one, in terms of operation, single-handedly, so I have no problem with that. For example, I'm going to type a text message. So as you can see here, I can reach the bottom part of the screen and the leftmost part of the screen, so no problem. Yes, actually Zopo went the extra mile to develop more streamlined phones, smartphones rather, and to give you an extra rugged approach. And the construction feels really solid as if you're going to compare with other China branded phones or local branded phones. And you can feel some premium.
Yes, sir. Nakikita ko rin dito, yung sides niya parang there's this glossy accent, ano? So parang ang ganda ng contrast doon, because at the back you have medyo matte, leathery faux leather texture. Then sa sides you have the glossy finish. So I think it looks very elegant then. It's very attractive when you look at it. Lalo na pag naka-turn on na yung 5.5-inch IPS display. Alright, sir. So looking at your poster for Zopo ZP998, meron kayo ditong gesture control and the BVE voice technology. Ano ba to, sir? Medyo curious ako, especially dun sa BVE voice technology.
Well, okay. So let's go further into details, no? Well, the other octa-core variants that we've been carrying somewhat feels something's lacking in terms of the software side. Here with Zopo, actually, they filled up that gap. So the gesture control basically is without touching, sorry. So I can control the screen. Right. Not only that, so let's go to the gallery. For example, let's go to here, the pictures that I've taken in the last auto show. So for example, I would like to browse through the pictures. So no problem. So I can also go back and forth. Actually, some hand gestured controlled smartphones has that as a feature. Doesn't fully utilize this option to all the other menus and options of the smartphone. But for here, actually, I can show you not only through the gallery. So let's go to the settings. Gesture sensing, that's a new option. You can turn on the gallery, music, camera, browser, launcher, and contacts. Actually, you can,
so
if you turn them on, So let's go to, for example, to the camera. So again, like I mentioned earlier, it has a dedicated camera app. Button. So once you press that, it's slightly longer, and for example, we have here. Okay, you can feel a small tingling vibration that tells you that the camera lens is already turned on. So let's find out if the camera gesture works. Or is it the other way around? There you go. So there's a slight delay there. I'm not yet sure.
Siguro pag walang flash, medyo faster siya. So.
Okay, let's find out. I'm not quite sure what is the effective range of the hand gesture. So there you go.
Medyo merong.
Yeah, there's some lag. There's some lag to it. So
fraction of a second.
Yeah, fraction of a second. Or something to do with the lighting probably. So anyhow, let's put the flashback on there and explore the other options. The other camera apps or features are pretty much standard. The magic camera, the panoramic, the 360, and the speed camera. And of course, it goes across the board to the both front and back. So for the front camera, actually, I would like to show you.
By the way, sir, the resolution of the camera is...
Yeah, this time it's 14 megapixel, although it was not specified what type of camera lens or technology was used behind it. But I find it pretty decent. It takes decent pictures. So let's find out. So this one's out of focus. Here we go, the one with the flash. So not bad. Well, it's a young technology, and I find it not perfect yet. But one thing is that's fun to do with it. If, for example, you would like to wave and just take the pictures automatically by itself,
or if you want to take a selfie using the main camera.
Exactly, but it has smile detection anyway. But well, whatever people can get out of it. One major downside I find when you turn on everything simultaneously, it consumes more power. Because of course, the more features that you turn on, the more power hungry it gets. Because also, we're talking about raw power. It's powering also the same chipset as the 6592. So let's go to Antutu. Well,
so kanina we installed the application and we ran it.
Yep. So this is already pre-run for the benchmark. So it uses 2 gigs of RAM and 16 gigabytes of internal storage. So let's go back.
Yeah, because lots of users now, yan talaga tinatanong, sir, what's the Antutu benchmark score?
As you see here, it doesn't lie. MT6592, Mali 450, Full HD resolution, 14.2 megapixel. There you go. 2 gigs of RAM, and the storage is there. Actually, I've already plugged in a 64 gigabyte micro SD, like I mentioned earlier, and no problem reading that as long as you stay with FAT32, not NTFS. The front-facing camera is 8 megapixel, although that part is interpolated resolution, that's optional. The real hardware is only 5 megapixel.
Alright, and that's what you showed them in your posters, Iba, sir?
Yes.
And dito nakita ko it's just 5 megapixel.
Yeah, actually we only market this as a 5 megapixel front camera, but it has an interpolated option, as you can see here in Antutu benchmark, which is another choice for those who would like to take higher resolution pictures.
All right. And then apart from the processor, sir, can you also give us a rundown of the internal specs, sir? You have the 2 gigabytes of RAM. Apart from that, sir.
Yep. So, well, the standard is the 2 gigs of RAM nowadays. So, but stay tuned. Pretty soon we'll be coming up with something even more sensational. So stay tuned for another
3 gigabytes of RAM, sir?
Well, not yet, unofficial. So stay tuned for another TechPina special unboxing.
Exciting yan, sir.
Yes. So we have also NFC, and but unfortunately for the Zopo ZP998, it doesn't come with free NFC tags. So,
but then it's nice that it still supports that.
It supports that. So the Android being. And if you're going to use the tags from the T100, you can do so, or other NFC tags from other devices. Pretty much it's universal.
All right, so just to give them an idea, sir, again of the NFC, it's basically it allows you to connect to other NFC-enabled devices with but a touch, di ba? Pag idikitin mo lang sila, sir.
No need to pair. Very simplified Bluetooth. You can create shortcuts to all your tasks and simplify your routines. Okay. Oh, another feature that we left out, by the way, is the BBE voice technology.
Yeah, I'm very interested about it.
I haven't tested that quite extensively, but according to our supplier, the BBE somewhat acts as a voice stabilizing technology, wherein, for example, you're having a conversation over the phone and there's too much noise, and it will amplify your voice regardless of your distance. So, for example, you're using your speakerphone while having an active call, so the receiving end won't feel that you are using a speakerphone, and it's like you are close to the speaker, and vice versa. So that's pretty much the BBE voice technology.
And then you can, kanina sir, na-mention mo rin sa akin during our chat before the video, you can, it also works, diba sir, if you're recording or recording your voice?
Yeah, pretty much, because that chip is connected to the speakers here. So pretty much there's some post-processing happening, and of course there's no doubt that the 6592 can handle that much of a task running behind.
Okay, that's great. And ito sir, kanina na-mention mo, may screen protector tayo, pero you might not, baka hindi mo rin magamit.
Like I mentioned, it comes with a free screen protector. But me
Meron ka ba
personally,
panlinis, sir?
yeah, there's a cleaning cloth with it. But again, I prefer using my stylus again. So this is my new partner, a mini knife.
So again, that's medyo unforgiving yung test natin for scratches.
There.
This is a Gorilla Glass 2, sir, no?
Not as great as the Gorilla Glass 3, but it gets the job done. Okay.
Yeah,
So let's turn off the screen and wipe off the smudge from my grimy hands. And are there any traces?
Wala, sir. Parang scratch free pa rin. So let's turn on the display, sir.
Okay, so let's check if it's still working. And it does. And of course,
no scratches. Well, I guess gumagana talaga yung protection of the Gorilla Glass.
same damage resistance. So I challenge you to do the same to your smartphones. If you dare.
Okay. So right now, ang tanong, sir, medyo, I know kanina you mentioned it's going to be right now confidential pa.
Yeah.
Pero can you give us an idea about more or less the price range nitong phone na to?
Well, obviously, the price, we're always friendly on the budget. So we never market.
Kilala naman natin ang THL talaga na ganyan.
Novo7Tech never markets a phone that is that has astronomical prices. We only give you the best of the best specs, the best value for the buck. Okay, so unofficially, this will range somewhere around 15-ish.
All right. But I mean, for personally, I think given all the specifications that you mentioned, given the design, ang ganda ng very elegant, and also you have that extra features, extra software features. By the way, sir, speaking of software, nakat ko lang, pero given all that, it's very, very sulit naman, even at 15,000-ish.
Yes.
Hopefully, mas mura na konti.
Yeah,
sana.
we'll do our
Sana.
best, because right now we haven't determined the landing cost.
All right.
So as always, we will always please and surprise our loyal patrons.
Yan naman ang gusto namin sa THL. Okay, sir. So speaking of software, kanina I was looking at the display. Parang it's not vanilla, or ano ba to, sir? Parang vanilla pa rin siya, medyo may konting customizations lang, or is it really a launcher from Zopo?
Actually, this is a customized firmware that gives you a really fresh look on Android devices. If we go to About Phone, actually you can see the same Jelly Bean version, that is 4.2.2. But little do people know that this is a fully skinned launcher that gives people quite a different and refreshing experience.
Or so unlike the THL T100S na talagang vanilla siya.
Yes.
With the default interface.
Yes.
This one has its own UI.
Has its own UI, and as you can see, the icons are quite neat. Okay, so smooth to touch, and well, I'm gonna test it here.
Meron siyang sariling icon set.
Yep. Sir. But well, people are never contented with the what's out of the box. But so you're also free to use what other MIUI or Go launchers,
Nova,
whatever that you prefer. You can still do the same. But for those who like to settle, or for those who doesn't want to think too much about what launcher to use, then this is the perfect out-of-the-box launcher so far.
Alright. Ako naman, sir, from just looking at it, parang it's almost vanilla, pero meron lang siyang different icon set, and the color scheme niya lighter.
Yes,
Parang gives it a different feel, medyo fresher feel when you look at it.
More importantly is it's very responsive and buttery smooth to touch. Although
one of the benefits of octa-core then is the 2 GB of RAM.
Yeah, so no problem with the lags and everything. But like any other Android devices, of course, there's always room for improvement. So pretty much looking forward to the higher RAMs that's coming soon, and to the other 64-bit chipsets that are also coming soon.
And speaking of newer products,
yes,
the Zopo ZP998, sir, may kasabay siyang another Zopo phone that should be launching.
Yeah, good thing you asked, Mark. Actually,
ready tayo.
Yeah, ready tayo dyan. So the ZP1000 actually is another rendition of the octa-core series from Zopo. So this is featuring a 5-inch Full HD screen. HD screen.
Also, it's HD naman,
HD,
sir.
but it features an ultra-thin body of only 7.2 mm.
Wow.
Yes, and actually the same dual SIM card, same octa-core technology, but a different premium design.
Oh, and then nakita ko dito, sir, parang metallic, yung may real metal ba to, sir, yung build niya, yung body niya?
Actually, for this one yet, I haven't held the actual final product, but based on the pictures, that's
Ang pangalan, octa-core gold siya talaga.
Yeah, octa-core gold, yeah. Because people have this different affinity for gold and
okay. So this one will be parang slightly less powerful in terms of specifications. No, pero parang nakikita ko in terms of the design, medyo marami siguro magkakagusto dito sa release na to, no, sir?
Yes, but what I do know about this series is that the SIM card tray is dual. It features for the first time in the Android series that we carry a nano and a micro SIM card. They're really getting smaller and smaller nowadays.
Oh, that's great. So if you're coming from your iPhone 5S that you use the Nano, you can use this one. It's also gold. If you had the gold iPhone 5 or the iPhone 5S.
And well, one thing that sets this apart is the ZP1000 actually only has 21 mAh battery as compared to the bigger counterpart, our flagship Zopo.
But they're ROM the same, no, sir? 16 gigabytes.
16 gigabyte, 2 gigs RAM. Sorry, this is 1 gig RAM.
Yeah.
But this one has a fixed battery, so it's non-user replaceable.
Yeah, it also helped na para maging mas manipis
to make it thinner. Because of course there are some trade-offs. If you want thinner body, you have to sacrifice some features.
And then for the price, obviously, sir, medyo mas affordable siguro to, no?
This is a tad more affordable compared to the flagship. But, you know, it depends on really the end user. What's their
your preference mo rin, or the compromise that you want to make, di ba rin,
Exactly.
sir? Alright, so that's Mr. Adrian Lim. He's the IT Director of Novo7Tech, the official and the exclusive distributor of THL smartphones, and also now the official and exclusive distributor of Zopo smartphones in the Philippines. Growing a business, sir. Congratulations on the success of Novo7Tech. Thank you so much, sir. TV friends, that's Novo7Tech's new smartphones. That's the Zopo ZP998 and the Zopo ZP1000 octa-core gold. Thank you so much, sir, Adrian. Thumbs up.